Well, today I've taken delivery of 2 of these plate heat exchangers from Antares, 80 pounds. So you can see here that these are pretty substantial, much longer threads and much deeper than the Gledhill ones. They're actually the same spacings as the Gledhill plates. And these are labelled as being for an Alpha Max, but I've got no idea what an Alpha Max is. Maybe someone could help me out on that. But these are rated at 40 kilowatts, and I don't know what the log mean temperature difference is for that. I think it might be 10, but obviously this is much chunkier, much bigger than the ones I've been using, and brand spanking new for not much more than I've been buying second-hand ones in the past. Now the interesting thing is this one. So previously I've been tilting these to the side as I install them, like this, and it's meant I've had to come down, put elbows in and then elbows out, and they're awkward to get to. But look at this beastie. So now I haven't looked at this too closely, but as I understand it, this one will come in off the boiler. In fact, I'll probably install it this way around. So my boiler can go straight in the top, yeah, there, and my system side can come straight out the bottom. And on the top here, I've got connection points on here which connect onto the system side. So that's an automatic air vent and a filling point and pressure gauge for the system. So that just makes it a whole lot neater, saves me a lot of work. So that's a much easier, cheaper way of doing it. Bought this one generally as a replacement one. I didn't see any point in buying any more of the other ones. I've got one in stock and I can recondition them, but that will be my new spare for the ones that I've installed so far, and my future installations will get this little kit put on. And once I've done one, I will obviously put one of these in stock, and 80 quid each. And I reckon any boiler up to 35 kilowatts will be more than suitable. Now, if you think about 35 kilowatts is a huge property. So that massive place I did in Ealing was done on a 35 kilowatt boiler, and I'm sure this would handle it no problem at all. But I will do some tests when I get a chance and work out the log mean temperature difference, or actually the arithmetic mean temperature difference, because the log mean one's too difficult, but almost the same thing. Anyway, chuffed with my new items. Oh, while I'm on the subject, Antares is where I buy these from. European drain cocks, and these don't leak all over the carpet. They are not full bore, but they've got quite a good bore size, much better than a British standard drain cock, getting all that washer jammed in there and taking hours to drain a cylinder down. The only silly thing about these used to come with a chamfer in the end here, so you used to be able to use a nut and an olive on them. You can't do that anymore, which means these have to go into an iron. So not only do you have the expense and the size of this then goes into an iron, and then that's got to go on your fitting. Very annoying actually, because it did used to come with that little chamfer in there, and I could just put a chrome nut and an olive in there, and that was pretty cool. On the end a bit of 15mm tube, but hey ho, that's the way it goes. And a few other goodies I get from Antares, synchron motors, very cheap, and swept elbows, end feed elbows, swept ones, very, very useful. So be careful what you buy though, they do sell some rubbish, but this is good stuff.